Today, pretty calm day. I did some step work with a sponsee this morning, and then went to a baby shower. Right, that's getting crazier and crazier. Right, we had it at a restaurant, fancy restaurant. Food was pretty good. But who has baby showers at a restaurant, right? First of all. Second of all, why are all these dudes having to go to baby showers now? I originally thought that was like a woman thing. At least it used to be back in the day, right? I got my workouts in today. Today's day 34, I think. 34. I'm almost halfway there. What? So, no, excited about the progress we've been making. Getting ready to start no carbon and fasting, so that way come day 90 on October 2nd, we can just crush the body fat. So we're gonna do that, no carbs, or low, very, very, very low carbs in the meantime. I probably fast the 14 days from like the 18th, right? The day after. I have a sponsorship quarterly coming up, and probably start fasting pretty hard after that up until day 90, and then from day 90 you kind of see where we are, and then modify based on goals, or not goals, but where we are and trying to get to the goal. So at that point, it's a mad dash to the finish line, right? And so no, it's good. Excited about life, excited about it's crazy. I had another guy that I work with call me about something the other day, and he was talking about kind of his mental place that he was in, with some doubts and some insecurities he was having, and I told him some truths about where he is mentally, and he was like, "No, that's not real. That's not me. I'm beyond that." And I'm like, "Then why are you thinking the way you're thinking, right?" He's like, "Just give me a solution." I said, 300 burpees. Right, 300 burpees and 300 push-ups when you're done. If you get in that condition, or in that place again, start doing some burpees, right? Wes Watson always says, if you're in a bad headspace, just go work out, right? Do something to increase your heart rate, get some endorphins running, because there's endorphins that get released when we work out. It makes us feel good, and I 100% believe it, right? I've been doing 2 to 3 workouts a day, for a while now, and like there isn't any bad days, right? Like I don't have mental bad days, and I don't doubt myself, right? Like I just don't. And I think it's because I'm always working out, right? I'm always doing something, whether it be go for a run, go for a walk, hit some weights, do some snatches and some clean and jerks, squat, right? And if I have to, do some burpees and push-ups and stuff, right? Like, I think there's a lot to be said for working out, for mental health, and I know people don't want to hear that, but I think if people who struggle with mental health, they're more apt to working out, they may see some changes. I'm sure I'm gonna get some flack for saying that, but it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I truly believe that, like, you're not mentally in a good space, go work out, and it might be different, right? If you there is evidence that people say working out increases the endorphins that make you feel better. So I want to challenge people to try it out, right? So, but one of the things, the thing I posted today, at least I thought I posted it today, but I didn't see it when I pulled up my Facebook page. So I'll post another one tomorrow. But it's that most people want things before they're ready for them, right? Let me refresh this page and just make sure that's what I said. Most people want things they're not ready to handle, and Wes Watson, he's the guy I've been following a lot. He's like my fitness coach right now. Maybe changing programs come the 18th, right? Because that's when I end this one with him, the current 90-day one I'm on. But what he has always said is, like, the reason you don't have what you're looking for is because you're not ready for it. And I don't disagree with that statement, right? Like, I think if most people got the things that they were asking for, that they wanted, they wouldn't be able to handle it. So let's just take like a lot of money, for instance, right? There are people who have no business being millionaires that really want to be, and they work really hard to pursue that lane. And I think God knows who we are, and I think God knows what we can handle. Even though we don't know what we can handle, like we think we can handle anything, and God knows us, right? He knows us better than we know ourselves. And I believe that to be 100% true. And so there's things that we pursue, just like parents know their kids, right? And so there's things that we pursue that God isn't necessarily going to give to us, because he knows that we would destroy ourselves with them. We would do serious damage, not only to the people around us, but to ourselves, if we were given certain things that we're just not in a position to be able to do or handle. And so I think that the life that comes with certain things has an ability to turn us into people. Well, I was told money doesn't change you, it amplifies you, right? So what ends up happening is who you truly are becomes apparent and obvious when you start to get like a lot of money. And if you're a pompous, arrogant jerk, you're going to be even more pompous and arrogant, right? And maybe you're not it right now because you don't have anything, but that if that's who you are, like on the inside, if you're ugly on the inside, I think once you get that money, it's gonna show, and it's gonna show loud and proud, right? And so, because at that point, like you have no filters, because you don't think that you don't owe anybody anything, you don't have to listen to nobody, and so like all that stuff just starts to pour out, and I think some of us would do some serious damage to people as well as ourselves. We would alienate everybody, right? And so God gives us what we can handle. You know, in the sixth step, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. In the sixth step, in the basic text, it says, where are you at? It says, why ask for something before you're ready for it? This would be asking for trouble. So many times addicts have sought the rewards of hard work without the labor. And that's the truth, right? Like, why ask for something before you're ready? Now, we'll constantly tell ourselves, right, because we suffer from this selfish, self-centered, self-obsessed space, right? And we'll ask for things and think that we deserve certain things that we're not in any place to handle yet. Like, I always laugh at the newcomers when the first thing they want to do is get a job and get a girl, right? And like, you don't even know how to stay clean yet, and you're already trying to put all this responsibility on your shoulders, right? You're trying to get your kids back, and I'm not negating that those are responsibility, like the kid thing or getting a job is a responsibility that everybody should not have to handle and deal with. But some people, they're just not ready for those things. They can't handle them yet because they don't even know how to handle staying clean a day at a time yet. And they're trying to put some things on their plate. And there's people who don't understand the disease of addiction who are like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that to people. You should let them work. No, I shouldn't. Like, the difference is I want to see people live, right? I want to see life in people. I don't want people to die. And I know that when people get certain responsibilities, they get overwhelmed with them, and it moves them in a different direction than forward, right? Which means they move backwards. And when they move backwards, what ends up happening is they end up going back out, or they end up dying. And not everybody gets that, right? And so, like, people always try to put things in front of them that they're not ready yet for, right? Like, why would you want a girl or relationship when you don't even know how to live with you? You don't even know how to trust yourself, but yeah, you want to put yourself in it's because you want sex. That's why, right? Like, that's why. But that's not a reason to put somebody else's life, intermingle someone else's life with yours, right? Because not all you're going to do is do damage, right? Do damage. And people don't get that there's a preparation that they have to go through sometimes in order to get the things, to attain the things that they truly desire. And I just think sometimes our desires are off, right? We ask for stuff that we don't really want, first of all, but we also ask for stuff that we're not ready for. We don't know how to handle it. So because we don't do the work to be able to handle, like, imagine a millionaire lifestyle and you're a jerk, right? You're a horrible human being. You don't know how to handle pressures and situations, circumstances, and all of a sudden now as a millionaire you start to catch all this pressure. People are always asking you for stuff, they're expecting you to pay for everything, and what are you gonna do, right? Like, a lot of people just don't know how to handle that. And so how do we get into positions where we're ready to ask for certain things? Well, part of it, right? So in scripture it says, stay faithful over a few things and I'll make you ruler of many, right? And so, like, how do we stay faithful over the few things that God gives us and do discipline and have good standards and good habits with those, so that God can bless us with more? Because if we can't even show him that we can handle the little things that he gives us in life, why would he ever give us a lot more, right? Like, why? Oh, because he loves you? No. Because you think you deserve it? No. That's preposterous. God knows you better than you know you. He knows exactly what you're going to do with whatever he gives you. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, God is the one who's blessing each and every single one of us with the stuff that we have. So if you don't have nothing, maybe you should ask yourself, why don't you have anything? Because it's not God's fault that you don't got nothing. It's your fault, right? Because you can't handle probably more than what you have. You might tell yourself and lie to yourself and say, I can handle more, but can you really? Because I think if we really look at our life and the way we handle things and the way, right, we can't handle more than what we already have. That's why it's all we have. Or we would have more. Makes a lot of sense to me. But people don't want to hear that stuff. They want to be able to lie themselves. They want to lie to everybody else. They want to, right? The literature says that we are master manipulators. We are experts at self-deception, right? Like, my perception is an opinion of what I think I see, and it dictates my reality of my world. And a lot of times it's false. But there's lots of things that I desire, and there's lots of things that I want. I want to get my wife retired in the next 3 years. Am I in a position to be able to handle that yet? I don't know. I'm working towards it. God will let me know by what he gives me as a result of it. Hopefully he does think that I can handle it. And that's why I'm doing all this work on me, in order to improve me as a person, so that I can be equipped to handle whatever comes my way. That's a starting place. Most people don't even want to do the work to prepare themselves for the right. In the movie Facing the Giants, he says you need to prepare the ground for rain, because when the rain comes, the ground has to be prepared to receive it. Is your ground ready to receive it? Don't tell me it is. Show me it is, right? Show me with the way you live that your ground is prepared to receive the rain. Because if you don't do no work on it, it ain't going to be ready. It's going to be rock hard, and the water is just going to push off. It's not going to be soaked in because you haven't tilled it, you haven't opened it up, you haven't allowed it to breathe in order to receive the water that it needs. So a lot of people will think I'm talking to them when they hear this video. If they listen to it, I'm really talking to myself. But I just want to let you guys know that God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.